There you are.
Hey,
So aren't you glad we play a socially distanced sport? Are you playing matches?
um, I spent a lot of time on technical stuff, and then I played my first competitive doubles match, and I played great. And then I've been playing a lot of singles points. That's really what I've been working on.
Terrific. Any thoughts of playing singles competition?
I should do it. It's a,
So when you first started playing tennis, what was it that attracted you to it?
it may have been that my parents loved the game. And, I was 7 years old. I remember my mom taking us out, handing us a tennis racket, bouncing a ball on the racket. I actually remember it reasonably well. But it was probably my parents' interest in the sport and passion for the game.
So how has that evolved?
I played tennis, I would say scholastic state level tennis, went to the quarterfinals twice of the state scholastic tennis. I was not, a top high school tennis player at all. And when I went to college, I went to Harvard College, and I thought about playing tennis and thought I could possibly make the JV. At least that's what the coach said. And he told that to about 50 kids, and there were 2 spots left on the JV. And the rowing meeting was across the hall. And I figured, Harvard rowing, that sounds better. I'm pretty tall. Let me try that. And I went to the rowing meeting and ended up rowing crew for 4 years on the varsity team, which was a life-changing experience. And then I didn't play tennis for more than a decade. And then I got a call from our mutual friend, Jeff Appel, who said, I hear you're a pretty good tennis player. So I played my first tennis quite horribly, probably 17 years ago. And then I got more and more passionate about the game. And now I'm way better than I was as a kid, which is fun. So, I've got a sport that I'm meaningfully better this year than I was last year and the year before, and hoping, stay on that trajectory for as long as possible. So, and then of course I like the game as a spectator. I wanted good seats at the US Open because when I was there, I was always, row 300, whatever in the sky. And I thought, how cool, look at those people sitting down in the front there. And so I'm pleased to say that my career has enabled me to get better seats at the US Open.
So now you're quite knowledgeable about the sport. What do you wish you would have known when you were 10 years old about the sport that you now know?
I didn't understand how much this game is about torque and about, twisting the upper body and untwisting and a complete, a follow through. And that insight came very, very late to me. And I've been making up for lost time ever since. And so that was one, I would say, key insight, but just understanding the physics of the game, trying to use the strength of your arm to hit the ball is a terrible mistake.
So that's on the court. So in terms that you've learned between your ears from tennis, how has it helped you in your career?
So, I would say it more expansively, and tennis has been a big part of it. But actually, I used to, my graduation from college, when I look back, it was actually my rowing experience that I think played a very seminal role in my life, in my career. And rowing, like tennis, rewards the person who never gives up, right? You look at the US Open final this year, Dominic Thiem, could barely make it to his chair, and he couldn't sit down between points, but he sort of made it through. And, that notion of persistence, never giving up, walking away from the past, i.e. the horribly stupid error you just made, and then just moving forward, these are super powerful lessons for life. And if I look at my career trajectory, in my current business, I had 12 fairly, amazing years. And then I went through a very, very challenging period, about 3 years in business, lost a lot of money, challenging years personally. And now I've come out of the other side of that, and I'm in probably the best place in life I've ever been in terms of happiness and business success and my family and kids. And so it's just a reminder that the rewards go to the persistent people who never give up. And tennis is a big part of that. It's a remarkably psychological game.
I've known Francis and Robin, who were recognizing, and of course, your contribution to their success. Now, I played each one of them when they were 10 years old, declared victory, and haven't played with them since. Now, I think you've played with them, haven't you?
Yes. It's wonderful to see such talent at such a young age. I played most recently with Robin, and just the sheer power she's generated at age, beginning, let's say 13, maybe when I met her, is pretty remarkable, and just maturity, tremendous maturity, really, for both of them at a pretty early age. I mean, I do think the game can cause you to mature at a more rapid rate.
Yeah, it's interesting. At JTCC, our motto is really using tennis as a means to an end for kids to get great educations. So, what are your favorite tournaments?
I had also great seats at the French Open for a number of years. Wimbledon, I've only been up in the clouds there, haven't been close to the court, but that's just such an incredible environment. And the remarkable thing about Wimbledon is it's quieter in Wimbledon than it is in a closet at the US Open, which is kind of the character of tell a lot about the character of the people in the country based on how much noise they make during the tennis match. But the grass is just spectacular. I need to spend more time going to tournaments, and I look forward to going back to a world with, US Open is just not the same on TV with no audience.
Oh, absolutely. Although I think it helped Francis.
There's great tennis players with great technique, really great at the game, and there are great athletes that play tennis, and there's some people who are both. And I think Francis is really a great athlete plus a great tennis player, and Robin is just the very, very early days. So.
Yeah, she has unlimited potential.
I think you've built a great program. It's one of the greatest places in the world for someone to learn the game, and I love this, the model of, a great return on investment. A kid learns an amazing sport, it enhances their opportunity for education, which sets them up for the rest of life, and then occasionally a couple of them make it to the pros.
We've been very fortunate, and we'll keep working hard, and we really appreciate what you do for us. It's very, very important.
Sure, I'm happy to help in a small way, and love to see the program continue to grow and grow, great kids. We
would look forward to COVID settling down and seeing you here for the opening of the Pershing Square Stadium court.
Yeah, I really would like that. I really would like that.
Thank you very much, Bill.